What is going on, everybody? It is your friendly neighborhood Do It With Dan guy, Do It With Dan. And today we are back at it again with the Honda Magna Bobber Build Series giveaway. If you guys don't know, we are giving this motorcycle away. We're building a completely custom Honda Magna Bobber. We're technically giving away 4 of them, but this is the first of the 4. They are all themed after the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, this one being Pestilence, the first of the 4. And in the last episode, we broke it down and did some modeling and kind of did some rendering to get everything together. So we have a direction on where to head with this build. If you haven't seen that video, click in the description because that's where it is. Today is the day we do the chop. This is where we're gonna go ahead and ruin this motorcycle. We're gonna go ahead and cut the frame and we're start getting it ready to start doing the hardtail conversion. And we have some decisions to make. The way I normally do this is that I just hardtail off the existing swing arm. We know that's nice and strong. However, some people have suggested that I build my own swing arm, and we'll see. We'll see about that. But we gotta break down this bike more. We're gonna kind of remove our controls. We're gonna remove our handlebars since we kind of know what direction we're gonna go with. We know what we need to do. We're gonna continue breaking this bike down and we're gonna start chopping. So we gotta scoop all this crap out, the wiring harness, we gotta get the tank off, we gotta get the handlebars off, then we gotta get chopping. So let's just get to it. All right, now it is time to do the chop. What I've done is I've pulled out everything that's internally here, which is like your battery box, bunch of wiring and stuff like that. I kind of just put it out of the way so we can do some chopping. I'm gonna get some blue painter's tape and wrap the frame parts that I'm gonna cut, so that way I know exactly where I want my line to be and, you know, makes a cleaner cut, stuff like that. But I'm gonna cut here, and then I'm also gonna cut here, which is what I did on my Honda Magna. Just to start out, that's where I'm gonna cut it, just in case we decide to or not to do our full-blown swing arm. I'll have it built the same way that I did mine, which what I did for mine was I tied into these tubes here and here as well to the frame. So had it run down, connect to this tube, and then bend down. We did that with 1-inch tubing, I believe. I'm just gonna take the Sawzall, chop, 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 chop. right, so since we are going to be building our own rear end, or at least that's the direction that I've decided to head into, I'm gonna at least attempt it, right? But regardless if we're gonna do our own custom hardtail or if we're gonna just build onto the current subframe, we're gonna need to bend some tubing. And that's why I've partnered here with Swag Off-Road. Now these dudes make a ton of fabrication equipment. I know if you guys are watching me, you guys have known that I've needed something for a very long time. One tool that I've always complained about needing is a hydraulic tube bender. So I reached out to Swag Off-Road, I explained the situation, they're like, boom, boom. We're gonna give you 3 big booms, boom. They sent out a hydraulic tube bender with an 1.5 and an 1.75 die. So here's what I need from you guys. I need a thank you Swag Off-Road in the comments. I need, hey, thank you Swag Off-Road for fucking with Do It With Dan. We really appreciate you, we really love you. And if you got the time, go give them a follow on Instagram. Go check out their website. If you need any sort of fabrication tools, these guys are very, and I do mean very reasonably priced. Very excited to unbox this and get it built, so let's do that. I'm repressing this a little bit, but I am so freaking giddy right now. You have no idea. I have wanted one of these. I have needed one of these. Let me rephrase it. I have needed one of these for so long, and to finally have one, it's almost as if I was one of the real boys. Are these gonna be dies? Oh, wow. This right here is a prime example why tube benders are so much money. And that's because of the dies. The dies and I mean, this is fantastic. Holy shit. This is my 1 3/4 tube bender die, 180-degree die. Do you understand? Like, it's heavy. I'm having a hard time picking it up. But look at this bad boy, dude. Look at this bad motherfucker. Oh my God. There's our big hydraulic ram. Oh yeah, I forgot. He also sent me their flat bar bender. This is gonna be really nice for bending flat bar. You basically put it in here and you can bend it to the radius. So that is very badass. He actually sent that out. I didn't ask for that. He sent that out himself. That's very, very cool, man. Very cool. We got some swag in here with Swag Off-Road. She is, son. Oh, and we got some stickers, man. We got some badass stickers. We have probably put one of those on the dually. And like a little 3D printed pen holder or something, die holder. It's magnetic, I think. Oh, that's cool. It is magnetic. And then here's the bender itself, at least the rigging for it. Oh man, wow, very heavy duty. Ah, that was right on my foot. That felt so good. Let me tell you guys, so good. I said, wow, that felt awesome. It's the bending radii. This is your degree. This shows you whatever degree you're at. Makes sense, we like this. And then we have our 180-degree 1.5 die, which is what we're gonna be using for the rear end of this. The 1 3/4 die will be used for like roll cages and stuff like that, where this is gonna be used for the rear end. So 1.5 die with 1.5 die stuff. Now, while I was setting up my tube bender here, I realized that I actually need to make the base. You simply make a base out of 2-inch square stock tubing, which is really easy. But I don't have that, so I need to go and get it. But while I was doing that, I got a message from my buddy who prints my t-shirts saying that the first batch of the Lingenfelter Customs giveaway t-shirts were done, and I have to share that with you guys. Now, there was a catch with the t-shirts, and I'm gonna talk about that. But check them out, man. They turned out so freaking good, dude. Here's the abducted one with the UFOs pulling it out, like the LS go faster, hell yeah, brother. Raise hail, praise Dale. Isn't that sick, man? Look at that. It was one of my favorites, my racing theme. I love this one, man. I love it. It turns so good. So let me explain and tell you guys what happened. When we were originally making the t-shirts, we did a first run. I went with a pretty expensive t-shirt, a pretty high quality t-shirt, and we printed it, we did a run on them. The print looked fantastic, but the t-shirt quality was not what I wanted. It wasn't up to par. I have in my head, a certain standard that I want to stand up to. So I went with an even more expensive t-shirt. It's costing a lot more to print per t-shirt, but I think it's worth it, and I think you'll understand. Check this out. You guys are gonna really like this one. And this is probably my second or third favorite. The LC on the upper pocket, right? Never ride faster than your guardian angel. This was one of the highest selling t-shirts from the first run. You guys really love this one. I really like that t-shirt. I really like this one too. This is like a Uncle Sam propaganda style shirt that I designed. I really like this. Just work, it's my thing. With the t-shirts being more expensive, I could offload that cost into you, increase the prices of the t-shirt, and then not even feel it, right? But I'm absolutely not gonna do that. I'm not gonna increase the price of of the t-shirts that I've already set. I'm taking all the hit on the t-shirts. I want you guys to have a better quality t-shirt, and I think that once you guys get them, you will understand why I'm doing that. Pardon the wrinklage too, they've been in a box. But if you guys are gonna be rocking my t-shirts, you guys are gonna be rocking my apparel, I want you guys rocking really good quality stuff. And I don't want you guys to think that like, oh man, well, I really had to pay a ton of money for this high quality stuff. I don't want you to think that either. So I'm not increasing the price of the t-shirts. That price is not gonna affect you guys. They still count full fuck towards you getting and winning a motorcycle. I'm taking all of the hit. I don't want that to fall back on any of you guys. And this is just me being absolutely transparent with you guys, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes into doing the giveaways and doing the builds that I didn't consider, so thank you guys for your patience. This one right here is really cool because it is like, in my opinion, peak for my Lingenfelter Customs as far as like my shop. I really like this one. It's got the front print, the helmet on the arm, and then it's got the back print. I'm super proud of this one because I designed this one myself 100%, basically from scratch using photos of my own motorcycle and stuff like that. This one's very important to me. The Makita t-shirt, sitting up against the bike, smoking a cigarette. Brother, this is gonna be you when you win this motorcycle. Beyond stoked. This is an idea that I've had for a very long time come to fruition. Super high quality t-shirts, super high quality print, and honestly guys, I am probably not gonna be wearing anybody else's t-shirts from now on because I bought a couple of them myself. And yes, I do have to buy my own t-shirts. So I wanted to share that with you guys before we went and finished up the rest of the video. I also have the first batch of key tags. My good buddy over at Moto Loot, he makes these for all the content creators basically. Like if you order key tags from a YouTuber, you more than likely get them through Moto Loot. And these guys are out in Australia. These take a little bit longer to get here. These are like a 3 to 4 week lead time, sometimes even longer, especially with shipping and whatnot. But the quality is top notch. These are absolutely worth the wait. It took a little bit longer to get all this stuff put together than I would have liked. But again, like I said, quality is way more important to me than the time frame of stuff. I'd rather you guys get high quality stuff than quick stuff. And the stickers that are being made in-house, by the way, we make those in-house at Infinite Wraps. My buddy John, he's got a plotter that cuts and prints them. So the stickers are made in-house. The t-shirts are made through a small local business that's right down the road from us. And like I said, the key tags are made by a close friend of mine. So like that's the crazy part, right? Is like when you support the build, you're also not only supporting me, but you're supporting like 3 or 4 of like my homies in their businesses. So I've worked really hard to make sure that the people around me, you know what I'm saying? You bring the people up around you. Not that they need the help, but like you're helping the businesses and your friends along with you. That's the whole idea. And one more thing before we get back to the video, I am dropping 2 new t-shirts, this one and this one. They're both available now, and a new sticker as well. And between now and June 12th, you can get 4x entries on anything in the website. So that means every $1 you spend equals 4 entries. I wanna make sure that everybody has the opportunity to enter in a chance to win. And if you want a new t-shirt, you can check those out. I know this is a little bit longer than I normally do for my plugs, but dude, this is my everything. You're damn right I'm gonna promote my stuff, all right? I don't ever promote my own shit, do I? Exactly. Think about the last time you heard me promote my own stuff. Let Do It With Dickhead promote his own stuff. Boom t-shirts, get them, 4x entries. All right, let's go to the metal shop and get our fucking metal. All right, we got the Magna loaded up on the trailer of the dually, which is running fantastic right now. And I'll tell you why. I know we just did a hard cut for you guys, but I'll explain. Man, that thing sounds wild, dude. Quick trailer check. We've been driving for a second. It's always good to check and make sure your load is secure. See? Nice and tight, that ain't going nowhere. Nice and tight, that ain't going nowhere. Nice and tight. I mean, like, it don't feel super tight, but that's pretty good right there. All your slack is in your tire. Nice and tight, we like that. And nice and tight. Listen to this baby. Heck yeah. I'm happy to have it back up and running for the meantime. We are gonna wrap it soon. I've got a really cool color I'm gonna do. Oh, this came undone. Look at this. See, this is why you check your trailer. When did this come undone? Man, if it was a snake, it'd have bit me. All right, let's tie it off somewhere. There we go. So as I was assembling the tube bender, I realized that the tube bender doesn't come with a base. I gotta build my own base. So I gotta get some metal, which is fine because I need the metal for the tube bender anyway so I can make the rear subframe. So I'm heading over to Metal Supermarkets, link in the description. These guys are awesome, we love them. They're always supporting us and giving us metal, but I need metal for the tube bender to bend, and I need metal to make the base for the tube bender. So that's what we're doing. And I'm also bringing the Magna to the shop so I can use it for some measurements for from my Magna, because I'm gonna change just a little bit of stuff, mostly height and a couple other things, but mostly want to check the height, and I'd love to have it at the shop to measure it. Can y'all name a more iconic duo than the Magna and the Dually? I mean, they both are fucking riddled with issues, but they're mine. They're my issues. Fuck. What are they filming? It's like an interview for Action 2?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. Sure. They're on the news. Yeah. I can't believe you guys are moving. You guys are moving to a bigger location?
Oh, yeah.
Where at?
1349 Old 41 Highway.
All right, I'll put that information right here so people know.
Right across the street from CW Matthews.
But you guys are here until then, which is like somewhere mid-July, August, something like that?
Yeah, we're starting everything, moving everything, July 7th. So hopefully be out of here before the end of July.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, these guys are where I get all my metal from, so. What's that in?
22 foot 3.
Good God. I mean, tubing is like 20 feet long, 22 feet long. I'm just gonna get a big chunk of it because I know I'm gonna fuck it up. I always do. But it should lay on this trailer pretty good. I think this is a 17-foot trailer, so pretty good. Let me get on the other end of that thing. Dude, that's a ridiculous chunk of steel. Thank goodness Jay's forklift certified. Me when I have to wake up in the morning to go pee. I love the way metal sounds. Thank you guys, much appreciated. I'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir. All right, bro.
Hey, these guys are moving their shops. Come in, tell them that Dan sent you. They give you a good deal on metal. And they're forklift certified. That's a +1 in my book. So we got our sheet of 16 gauge. We've got 2 pieces of square. This will be for the base, for the, ooh. Let me fit that. We fixed that, all right? That feels a lot better. Damn, 22+ feet of fucking tubing. And they're doing an interview for the news, talking about how the tariffs are not affecting their business because they're all American-made steel, which is why I get my metal from them. We love this. All right, check this out. This is our first bend with our hydraulic tube bender. I am very happy. I am downright giddy about this. I have been looking at getting one of these for years, and it feels very good to finally have one. I'm just completely stoked to have my tube bender finally up and running. It's something that I've been wanting for a very long time, and I mean it. I hope you guys go to Swag Off-Road's page on Instagram, link in the description, and say thank you, Swag, for providing Dan with a kick-ass tube bender. I am gonna spend some time off camera kind of tweaking this thing and getting it right, making sure I know how to use it properly. I was struggling a little bit in the beginning, but as time went on, I think I figured it out. But this is just a quick 40-degree bend. It didn't cost any physical labor, and I'm very happy with that. But that sets us up for the next episode, which I think up next, I'm going to pull the motor. I think it'll be about time to pull the motor. And then also I need to design in CAD and in person, design the rear end. You know, like I said, I plan on giving it my full attempt to do the whole rear myself. I think I know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna spend some time in CAD working with my model that I already have and kind of go from there. But that leaves us a good spot to pick up in the next video, which is where we will be designing and creating the rear subframe assembly for this thing. I'm gonna spend some time modeling the swing arm, getting the measurements exactly how I think they're gonna go, and then do my best to recreate those. I think that's gonna be the plan. There's a lot for me to look into and research. I wanna make sure I get this right, so I'm gonna spend the time to make sure I get it right. So that is what we will be doing in the next video. We will be creating the whole rear subframe, and then more than likely dropping the engine, because once we get the whole rear of the bike built, it'll be just doing bits and bobs and odds and ends, right? Because like after we get the whole rear end done, the rest is gonna come together relatively quickly. We'll have to clean and powder coat the frame for sure, and we'll have to lock in a color design, but then it's just bolting on bits and bobs, right? Handlebars, hand controls, ASV levers, a company that I have wanted to work with forever. I've finally been able to make that connection, and ASV Levers is making a custom one-off set of levers for this motorcycle. So we're gonna have custom handlebars, custom levers, custom mirrors, custom blinkers, custom frame, custom paint, custom powder coat. I mean, it is coming together quickly, guys. Very quickly. Can you guys see it yet? Can you guys see the vision that I see? I have no idea if you can. But that is gonna end it up for today's episode. Remember, guys, every dollar you spend on my website until this date right here, I've moved it up because you guys wanted me to move it up. You can get quadruple entries. Every dollar you spend equals 4 entries to enter in to win this motorcycle, completely custom hardtail bobber made by yours truly. And yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for helping me make my dreams come true. Thank you for helping me give away some kick-ass motorcycles. And we will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.